Welcome, everybody. The night is finally here, guys. Welcome to episode number one of Three Men in a Podcast, where we talk about men's lifestyle and everything having to do with it. Guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Luigi co host. I am the creator and the co host of Agree to Disagree podcast show. And to the left or right of me, I could never figure it out.
Ange from the Ange TV show.
And Claudio from the Dirty Four podcast.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
So before we start with the salutations, guys, let me remind you, as I do, I'm gonna remind you every week, guys. We are live on Facebook and YouTube live. So as you can see at the bottom of the screen here, you could find us at Three Men in a Podcast with the number three, the numeric number three for Facebook. And YouTube, we will put the link on our in the show notes as well. Guys, I also like to remind you, I'd love to, you could please like our page, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Oh my God, guys, the comment section is buzzing. So without further ado, first of all, we say hi to everybody that's watching us. The numbers are going up so quickly.
Hello, everybody. Hello. We got Frank, Jofo, Thompson, Robert D'Alessio, Jesserel, 8 to the tracks. We've got Thompson, and we're going to have more people coming in. So as Louis said, folks, just get onto our link. Also on YouTube, there's a red button. Click that button, and as I don't know if Louis was going to mention this or not, but we're going to do this bi-weekly. So every by Wednesdays 8 p.m. And it's men's mental health, men's cigars, booze, and all kinds of men stuff. And also, sorry to cut you off there, Louis.
Go ahead.
Girls, if your significant other is going through a tough time, and you're like, what's going on with this guy? Watch this podcast, and Louis, who's a married man and who has answers to life, he's going to do his best to answer. But if the ladies are single and you want to be like, but how do I, how do men think? I'm the single guy, and Ange here is in a relationship as well. And hello, and then we have Victoria Blair and Melazaf and Carmelo Dortolano. Hello, everybody. So let's get the show started.
Okay, so before we get started with the introductions here of my beautiful and handsome co-hosts, guys, let's do a cheers for our first inaugural show.
Ching,
cheers,
guys.
let me see those drinks.
Cheers, boys. I
Guys.
have a Shaka-Top Italian. It's good.
So good. Diplomatico rum. Yum.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So let's get this started. Like I mentioned, this was my idea to do this show about men's lifestyle, everything having to do with men, because I feel, especially now with what we're going through, that men has always been put in a corner that we can't express ourselves, we can't share emotions, we can't do anything of that nature. So this is why our first episode today is about men's mental health. But before we go into that, I want to my guests here, my co-hosts, to introduce themselves. Ange, go ahead, bro. The floor is yours.
What's up, guys? Welcome. I see a lot of familiar faces. My name's Angelo, guys. I'm the host of the Ange TV show. I also have a second channel called the Ange Sports Show. That's why you see the jerseys in the back. And I have a podcast / show. I do rants, reviews, live videos. I've been doing it for a year. I'm also on Instagram at the Ange TV show. I do a lot of the same content. I promote a lot of my YouTube on my Instagram. I just got TikTok, guys. I'm a TikTok virgin. Okay,
we're gonna get into that.
Yes, we really are.
Listen, I made the account. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna start making some content, but I have TikTok, guys. Okay,
all right.
So that's it, guys. And now we're starting this project. I'm really, really glad to start this project with Luigi and Claudio. The reason why I'm on board with this is because we have really, really good chemistry. So let's see where this goes. Claudio, what about you?
Hey guys, so I am from the Dirty Four podcast with Drew LaFlamme, Victoria Blair, and Peter Bowen. It's every Sunday night at 8:30, Tuesdays at 8, and Saturdays at 2:30. I'm also, for those of you who don't know who I am, also do stand-up comedy. But since there's lockdowns, I'm focusing on podcasts, and also do film work. And a little anecdote about myself. I believe that this podcast is very important because I feel mental health should be spoken about, and people think that when it comes to mental health, they're like, "Well, you're a man, you could figure this out. You got a cut on the knee, you walk back up. You got shot, you walk back up. Hopefully, you don't go to the hospital." Or if you're in a toxic relationship and you're like, "Hey, babe, I'm not feeling good," she'll slap you and say, "Don't cry. You're a man. You're supposed to be the breadwinner." So that's what's going to be this podcast is going to be about. But we have interesting episodes coming up. But tonight is going to be the pilot episode. So as I mentioned, I believe the mental health, because I have anxiety. And I've been living with this shame for a few years, and I'm coming out with it. So I believe this podcast is going to help me, make myself stronger and better.
You know what, bro? You have nothing to be ashamed about because we're here for that, and I mean it from the bottom of the heart. Why I decided, came up with this idea was to have a different perspective amongst three men when they're in three different levels of their life. When I say three levels of the life, I mean by myself, married man with children, a single man like Claudio, and Ange, a man with a girlfriend. So you could have different perspectives and looking at a multitude of things in life. So, we together decided tonight that it's so important because honestly, Bell, let's talk day. One day is not enough in a year. Okay. And let's face it, that and it's perfectly said. And what I love about having off-air discussions with the guys is that I don't want Claudio to have to say that I'm living with the shame, or I have to live with the shame and I've been telling these guys that I'm having a rough time right now. And this is why we decided to do this episode and talk about men's mental health, but more in particular is how are we handling this lockdown and curfew in different perspectives. So on that note, I'd like to say, Ange, how are you doing? Tell us how are you doing. And at the same time, put your comments, guys. Put your comments, your questions, how you're feeling, how you're handling this. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any advice for any of us when we're telling our stories or how we're dealing with this, go ahead, Ange.
So, guys, like I said, I'm in a relationship. I've been in a relationship for about a year and 4 months. It's a good thing I remembered that because then my girlfriend would call me out. Guys, I'm going to be very honest with you, guys. To say that it didn't impact my relationship in a negative way would be a lie. Look, there was 2 waves of this coronavirus, okay? And I can tell you that I broke up in the first wave, okay? And then got back together, and then we broke up again in the second wave. So just to show you, okay? And by the way, we're still together, but just to show you guys the ups and downs, not only with the cases, with my relationship. Yes, I was in a very dark place. Also, my girlfriend was in a very dark place. The stress of not being able to go to each other's house. And this was before the curfew. Just imagine not being able to see each other. My girlfriend's the type that she always wants to see me physically, hug me, cuddle me. You know what I mean? Ask me how my day's going and everything. And the FaceTime was just not working. Like, we would FaceTime, and it would be my fault because I would say, babe, I can't FaceTime. Like, it's not my thing. You know what I mean? I can't just stare at a phone, and she would get nervous. So, put it this way: a lot of stress on me on the relationship point of view. Also with my personal anxiety, which I do struggle from anxiety. I've been on anti-anxiety and antidepressants since about 10 years now.
Wow.
So, what can we do? You make the best out of it. You know what I mean? You wake up, every day is a new day. But yes, it did affect me quite a bit, Luigi.
Well, Claudio, may I say something here? I'm so glad that you could be so brutally honest, Ange. I had no idea what you just told me. You never told us, and here we are sharing on air how we're dealing with this and being so personal, and in the hopes that someone's watching this and they could see that they're not alone. So one thing that stuck out to me the most, what you said, is that the basic instinct, the basic need of a human being is human touch, human contact. So you take that away, I mean, that's where you find yourself. So I honestly cannot blame your girlfriend, and I can't even blame you, right?
Mhm.
Because a relationship is not meant to be through FaceTime, and so I could totally understand
Mhm.
that dynamic, how difficult that is. I mean, I don't have that issue. I mean, I live with my wife, obviously, so
That's right.
that was never even an issue. There's other issues, but that's another story that I'm gonna get to when it's my turn.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's quite something else.
Yeah, and I
And
feel like I let a lot off my chest right now. You know what I mean? So that's why I like doing podcasting too, because I make people. I open the door for people into my life. Sometimes I say a bit too much, and my girlfriend slaps me. But you know what I mean? I open the door for them to get in, just to see a day in my shoes, what's going on, whatever. So maybe they have similar things to say. So that's why I do that.
well, I think listen, I, as I get older, okay, guys, I'm the oldest of the three, right?
Yeah.
As I get older, the more I search to have these conversations, to have the friends that I could open up with. And sometimes you just don't want to go see a therapist. Sometimes you just need someone to listen to you, and sometimes you just listen to someone to listen to and just to tell you, you know what, just listen. They don't even have to say anything.
Exactly.
You know, Claudio, how are you dealing with this? How is
So, oh wow, how I'm dealing with this? That's a
well,
very good question. Honestly, every day is a battle. You know, um, for someone who's temporarily out of a job, um, yeah, and that's why I'm trying to find all these podcasts. I'm trying to get myself out of it because I'm also at that age where I want to do something with my life.
Yeah.
There's a reason why. I'll be honest with you. There's a reason. You know what? I'm gonna say this. I don't care if they're gonna blast me. I had relationships in the past and they didn't work out. Why? Because we didn't see each other from eye to eye. Because I wanted to do comedy. I wanted to do stand up, and I've been shut down from the people were telling me you're not good enough, or quit, or you know what, you should get a 9 to 5 job, or you don't have the face for comedy, you don't have the face for movies. But then, honestly, when I broke up with my with my last relationship, I'm like, you know what? It's time. Because honestly, I was before work because I would work nights, right? I would eat 4 burgers during the day, and I'm like, who the fuck is gonna go out with me? But then I'm like, you know what? I tried comedy, I tried movies. So let me try getting back into them. So now I'm here, and then I'm meeting awesome people like you guys and everyone in the chat, too many of you to name. And then I'm like, let me try getting back into movies because that's what I want to do, And yeah, you know what? I'm the kind of guy who believes money, you have to put food on the table. I agree with that. But at the same time, do something that you love, And in this case, it's podcasting. In this case, doing movies, doing stand up. That's what it is. And I tell people, you gotta do things that make you happy. And if you have a significant other who believes in what you're doing or even supports what you're doing, even if it's a hobby, they're going to understand that it makes you happy, and they're going to understand that, hey, you know what, you're doing this. And if the hobby turns into a dream come true job, go for it, and can I be a little bit more personal?
bro, it's your show, man. It's your show. You can do whatever.
I know. No, I'm just saying. So what happened was, and a lot of people, they're like, "Hey, bro, how come you don't have a girlfriend?" That's not. I'm like, number one, because I've been for the past 3 relationships. I was like, you know what, this is great, but I'm not happy about something. There's something I'm not happy about, And
Okay.
no, I wasn't going on the other side. I'm just because I was looking at entertainment, And I don't know about you, Ange, I'm gonna ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's I'm not gonna put you on the spot, but there's always someone on the other side of the family who's not happy or doesn't like you, right? Like I've been faced with that, and like, so what do you do? Oh, well, I'm planning because originally I want to become a teacher. Originally I want to be a film teacher, right? So I'm like, oh, they're like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm planning on becoming a film teacher. How much is that pay? Like they were just shutting you down, right?
Yeah.
And the worst is like when parents of their significant others don't like you, and they're gonna find every fucking excuse to shut you down. So ever since then, I'm like, you know what? do I want to go through that pain again? Do I fucking want? So that's why I'm like, I'll be honest with you. That's why I haven't been, I've been single. And yes, you know what? It sucks. Me get fuck. I was thinking of having an over what's it called? That relationship, which what was it?
Friends with benefits.
No. Louis laughing because he knows what the.
No, I was gonna say friends with no benefits, but
no, I was gonna say overseas. Was it over
long distance?
Yes, long distance. But I was expecting. Okay, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm gonna have a long distance relationship. I can't even get a long distance relationship. What makes you think I'm gonna have a relationship in real life? So that's why. So that's why
long distance relationships.
Yeah, I know. No.
Listen. There's only so much. There's only so much phone sex you could have. Okay, let's come on.
Exactly. But here's the thing.
But before you continue, Claudio, Melanie Asaf says it great. Claudio, haters are always going to hate. You do what you have to do, and the right people will gravitate towards you. Love that. Thank you so much, Melanie. Yeah. So much. And Bobby Short Shorts, a good friend of ours, says, Claudio, wow, this is amazing. This is so good what you are doing. Thank you, Bob, for the support. We appreciate that. So, listen, guys, just to go, and I'll make you continue after, Claudio, coming from a married man, okay? If it goes along to what Melanie just said, is that if a woman cannot support you in what you're doing, then you should not be with her. Okay. Yeah. So let me, I'm not saying I have a perfect relationship. But you know what? When my wife has been through hell and back with me, through thick and thin, all the fuck ups, all the stupidity I've done, and God knows I've done quite a bit. Okay. But when I told her, when I started my first podcast and now my second and now my third, you know what she tells me? She says, Lou, just do what you want, man. I know you love it. Just do it. Just do it.
Good for you.
You know, I'll always support you. She knows that I'm a good husband. I'm a good father. And she'll never say, why are you doing this? And you know what? If friends or anybody else is telling you, why are you doing this? Why are you opening up yourself to ridicule? Guys, well, it's because we love doing it, obviously, right? Because we all have multiple shows, and it's because we love doing it. So remember what Melanie said.
Exactly.
The right people are going to gravitate towards you.
Yeah. Exactly. And then you know what, Melanie's right as always, and you're all right as well. But no, so then going back into this, I'm like, do I really? So that's why, it sucks having being single, but at the same time, I'm like, I was thinking about doing two things. Either, I got an ex-girlfriend, a next girlfriend, and I forget about podcasting. I forget about being a clown on stage. A clown on podcasting, and forget about doing what I want to do, movies, and then I'm gonna get a 9-to-5 job, and then just I feel garbage because like when you're born with something, right? This is something I want to bring up as well to everybody, even in chat. When you're born to do something, you're gonna go ahead, and that's what I was feeling like, and I'm like, being in a relationship, I'm like, this is not fucking me, I'm like, I can't. And then everybody's saying, Claudio, you have a baby face, this and that. Actually, I didn't know where I was going with the baby face, but I'm still saying, but
where were you going?
I was not. Anyways, but I was just saying, and then you meet awesome people, and you're like, oh, so this is how it is. But again, people who never experience, what podcasting is, what stand-up is, what films is. That's this, because I've been working in a lot of places, where people have a 9-to-5 job and just fucking like, they have like a stone face, and you talk to them about that, and you're like, yeah, I've always wanted to do this, I've always wanted to do that. Like, for example, I've been working in a mailroom, delivering mail. It was downtown, because I had 2 jobs before I did stand-up, and I would work in the day in mailroom, and at night I would work at a cinema. I still work at a cinema, but so I meet people, and they're already like uptight people. They never seen entertainment, and when I told them I want to do comedy, like, no, you know what you need? You know what you need? You need a 9-to-5 job. You need to have a nice broad, and you need to get married and I'm like,
no.
You're right. But that's what I was getting to. I'm like, I was getting fatter than I am now. And and I'm like, is this what I really want to fucking do? Is this what I really is this what it is? And then also when you feel like your significant other is not happy with you. And it's not happy. And their significant other is not happy with herself. They're gonna unleash it on you.
Well, for sure, because listen, I think that you had that epiphany, and thank God you had
Yeah.
that epiphany, guys,
Yeah.
because a man could. It's so easy. A man or anybody could get so drawn up in a relationship, even though it's going anywhere, and then your own hopes and aspirations in life go out the window. Okay, and as I get older, you start to realize, I tell my wife, these are my dreams. Here is what I want to do. These are my dreams. Are you with me? And she has to tell me yes or no, obviously, right? Because if your significant other is not on board, then it could obviously has ramifications. So it has to. The bottom line is that the woman has to be on board with you. So here's a great solution, guys. This is a very good friend of mine. He's an osteopath. He's a very serious gentleman, very intelligent man. And here's a solution: mail order brides from Russia.
Yeah.
I do.
Listen, Russian women are beautiful, Claudio.
Oh
Seriously.
yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say, I was just gonna say that. I'm like, yeah, all because I'm like, you guys had me, but no, but you know what? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But then at the end of the day, you gotta find what makes her happy. But no, that's why. Like, and now going to that question, like, I'm still going to that question of happiness. Like, yeah, you know what? I am happy now, like, and then I know we're going to talk about the lockdown, but I'm like, let me just say, I'm like, I am happy because I'm meeting awesome people, and it all comes down to that, right? You got to do what you got to do. And, as Mel said, like, people to gravitate towards you,
Yes.
And even in comedy, people have been telling me, stand up, because, I'll be honest with you, I've been bullied in comedy. Like, people have been telling me, don't do this, or I'm jealous of you, quit comedy, you're not good for it, kill yourself, that kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
But people have been saying, you're like a cup of tea, not everyone's gonna like you, and not everyone's gonna like you, but everyone's gonna like you,
Yeah.
So that's what it is. And even in podcasting and even in films, like, how many people dislike you or like you. Like, to be honest with you, people are going to say, hey, you know what, bros, tonight you were good. I think you guys are good chemistry. Or they're going to say, jealous people are going to say, hey, you're full of shit. Quit, kill yourselves. They're going to say either one of them.
And that's
it's
fine.
And it makes you stronger, right?
Yeah.
And weren't you the one that was saying that dislike is nothing? Like, who gives a fuck about those?
That's why I wanted to. I just want to put my input, Claudio. Listen, at the end of the day, somebody told me this. I don't remember who, but it's true. Okay. Whenever somebody's being negative, they're getting in your face, they're coming in, you're saying, stop what you're doing, you suck, whatever. You have to get rid of that toxic person right now. This instant. You understand? Get rid of them because they're not important to what you're doing if they're not supporting you. There's a big difference. Okay. And there's a fine line between being a constructive criticism and being a bully. When you have a bully, ignore them, get rid of them, move on. Focus on the people that love you, that pull you up. You understand, Claudio? That's what you have to understand. Now, the thing about dislikes, listen, I'm going to tell you something, okay? I recently discovered TikTok, and I know you guys aren't big fans of TikTok. Okay? Melanie's not a fan of TikTok. She's like, oh, no TikTok. Anyways, I like TikTok now. One of the biggest TikTokers by the name of Tony Lopez, okay, has so much hate. I think he has almost more hate than the followers that like him. Why? Because of something that happened 2-3 years ago, and they keep writing what he did. Mm-hmm. So all that to say, the bigger you get, you're going to get to a point where you're going to be very big, and you're going to have a lot of haters. You're not just going to have that one person that you could recognize in the chat. You're like, I hate that guy. You're going to have 5, 10, 6,000 people that are saying negative comments, and there's nothing you could do about it.
Nothing.
But your following will tell those people, they'll call them out, right? They'll know what's right or wrong. They'll know what's a rumor or not. So I had a lot to deal with that when I started my channel. People creating rumors, allegations, stupid things like that, making up stuff, making you look bad, other entertainers putting you down. At the end of the day, Claudio, when you're big enough, you shouldn't even focus on that. You shouldn't care on those things. So I don't know what you think about that, Luigi.
So I totally agree with you. So here's to what I was going to say. Tom Sin says, I hear you, Claudio. People project so much of their own unhappiness on their partners or other people. So two things on this, okay? I've learned so much from everyone knows the man I look up to is Joe Rogan. He says, listen, guys, nothing comes good of looking at haters. Do not respond to haters, negative comments, doesn't matter. That's number one. Number two, Gary Vee, one of my other heroes, always says, I feel sorry and empathy towards people that take the time to come on my show and say, Lou, you suck. Because you know why? You took the time to come and watch it and tell me that I suck. Good for you. I feel sorry for you. I really do feel sorry for you. And number three, most of those comments, you know where they come from? Lack of jealousy and lack of says, you know what? I don't have the balls to do it.
Exactly.
I wish I had balls like Claudio and Ange and Luigi to put themselves out there. Guys, I'm not saying that everybody's going to love us. There's going to be a lot of people that hate us. And here's a great life lesson that I told my son. Okay. I have an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old. All right. I told him he had some issue at in class with some friends or whatever. I said, listen to me very carefully, Alessio. Not everyone's going to like you. You're a really likable kid, but not everyone's in terms of friends are going to like you. Not every teacher, professor moving forward is going to like you. You got to learn to live with it. And certainly not every boss that you're going to have in the future is going to like you. This is reality. Reality sucks, but this is reality. So I'm not going to tell my son that everyone's going to fucking lie, look at him straight in the eye and lie to him and say, you're great, you're special. No, because that's not reality. And I don't want to raise him fake. Yeah. You know, so Bobby says, thank you so much, Bobby. You three are all inspiring. Melanie says, I use the advice that I gave in my everyday life and especially in podcasting. Not everybody's going to like me, and I'm fine with that. I don't let their own jealousy get to me. I love it. I love it. Sonia Busnardo says, I hate you, Lou. I love you too, Sonia. Thank you so much. She followed up with a little emoji with some hearts. Okay. Friend of mine, Sonia. So that's listen, that's you let the haters hate, because at the end it comes from it comes from insecurity. This is the bottom line.
Yes, exactly. And you know, you mentioned a keyword right now, and I know we're going a little bit off topic, but you know, insecurities too, right? I mean, anxiety plus insecurities obviously don't go well together. And for someone like me, I don't know if I should. Okay, so there's something else that's going on, you know, at the same time right now. There's something, and another.
Bro, is it therapy? Is it free therapy session? Free.
And there's something else going on, and I was anxious, and then I'm like, oh fuck, like am I? Because for me, you know, even when I go on stage or when I do a podcast or whatever, I always ask myself, who's gonna hate me? Who's gonna like me? That's like, you know, you get this thing of nervousness. It's like, oh fuck, like I remember when I did Bad Fellas, which was the show I did with Massimo Canestraro, Guido Grasso from the Intellectuals, and Pino Parrella, and also Massimo Guido from the Intellectuals with Claudio beside. And you know, and I was at the Rialto, and we were downstairs, 100 people, and I was shitting my pants. You know, I mean, because you know I have IBS was it something bowel syndrome? That's what I have. So I'm like, oh fuck, I've been going to the bathroom, but at the same time, you know,
bro,
like,
I gotta admit, I fucking love your honesty, man. Wow, I was not expecting this tonight.
Oh, there's more to come. So, so I was like, ah, fuck, like I'm nervous. And Guido and Massimo and Pino are like, hey, no, don't worry, dude, you got this. And then Pino told me, like, you know, just look at them. They're not there to do comedy. You're there to do comedy for them. Someone's gonna laugh. Like someone in there guarantee is gonna laugh at you because they don't have the balls that you do, and that's right. And then, you know, let me tell you something. When you do a big show, people call your name as you're entering on stage. Is the greatest thing you are ever to experience.
Can't imagine.
Yeah, no, exactly. And even like when you're doing like a podcast, you know, you get, you ask yourself, am I going to be good on here? Am I going to be good? I'll be honest with you. When I was on the first episode of Jofo, it was first time going on Jofo, I was like, man, like I could feel it. They're going to fucking, you know, roast me.
Rip you apart.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna rip me apart. I'm like, is this a joke? Like,
by the way, shout out to Jofo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Jofo and Jofo in the ring. Frank Jofo as well.
Yes.
By the way, Dario Vitale is in the house, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dario is. Let me explain to you something. Dario is one of my first podcast. A loyal friend and listener and watcher of our show, always supporting. And he said, "Fucking Claudio Silvio Capri." Dario, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Following me again on this journey with two of my buddies here. Thank you so much again.
I have a question for Claudio, actually.
Yeah.
Claudio, you said that when you get on the stage of the Rialto Theater, 600 people, whatever,
100,
wherever you
100.
are,
Whoa,
when you're
whoa, whoa,
about to
whoa.
do a comedy show, what do you do? Because I know you're nervous, Claudio. I can see you sweating right now. But when you're about to go on stage, it's your turn to go up. What do you do? What kind of mechanisms do you have to bring down the stress?
Well,
It's a great question.
Honestly, there's a lot of things I do. Don't worry, I don't go to the bathroom or a girl and she's talk. That doesn't. You know what? I wish that. And I'm not kidding. That doesn't happen. But what I do is you know what? I come to grip. I'm like, listen, I came this far.
Mhm.
People paid money.
Yeah.
They want to hear me for how many minutes they want to hear me. You know what? I'll give you a perfect example. Recently, I did Jofo Jam. Okay, I'll admit I was not great, but I was not bad. I was mediocre.
Okay.
And people sensed that I was stressed. But then, when I was calm, they saw that I was getting one or two laughs, or even when I wasn't getting laughs, they saw that I was getting into it. So now I'm like, you know what? I'm this far. Let's see how it's gonna go. And you know what? That's because they're obviously there to watch you. So I'm like, and then I'm like, all right, so I got this. You know what? I got this. And also what I tell myself is, you know what? If I get punched in the face tonight, I'm gonna get punched in the face because you know what? You have to fail in order to get better. And you know what? This is what I tell people. This is what I tell people. Real comedians are gonna do open mics. Real comedians are gonna do open mics, and everyone's gonna understand, like the failing process. Everyone's gonna understand that you're not gonna be great that night, especially if you're doing like an open. Oh, Frank, you're too kind. Like, like everyone's gonna understand that. Hey, you know what? They're following you. They're following what you are as a comedian, and they see the struggles that you have to do. So if you got punched in the face, you go back the next time and you keep hitting them. You keep hitting them. Finally, when you have that show, you're like, listen, I may have got punched in the face, been knocked out on the ground, and people have been telling me you suck, but there's always going to be those people that are going to be, hey, you know what? You're going to do good. And those advice, that's what's going to help you face your fears as you still get punched in the face.
You know
and
what?
you know how to deal with it harder.
You know what I gotta say is
Yeah.
that not only, and I'm not just saying this because we've been friends for a while and we're starting a show together. The amount of respect I have for you, Claudio, honestly, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why. And I've never told you this, okay? Because not only you have to deal with the stress, like Angelo just asked you, of going on stage and putting yourself there. And I've always said there's nothing harder than being a stand-up comedian.
Exactly.
Having to deal with that and anxiety at the same time is astronomical. How you're able to I don't know how block that and just do it, and not only that, start a podcast and a second podcast and put yourself out there. And I honestly think it's therapy for you. That's the way I see it.
It is. And also what it is also is what was it? 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. I'm gonna get a little Barbara Walters moment. So when my dad, I remember this. I was in January, beginning of January, second week of January. My dad died from Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. I wasn't supposed to be at Offbeat, but the fact that Kyle was like, "Hey, you know what, dude? I understand if you want to take time off," but he said something great. He goes, "You know what? Your dad's in heaven right now, and your dad's gonna tell you, son, you're not a quitter. You know what?" And he even told me before, as he was losing his mind a little bit, he was saying, when I get sick, like, don't fucking cry for me. Don't. And he wasn't being a toxic masculinity, which in episode 2 or 3, we're going to talk about that.
Ooh.
He says, don't be a toxic masculinity. Just be you, do what you got to do. Because he goes, and you're great. And you're a great guy. You're a great son.
Wow.
So when I went to Offbeat, I'm like, you know what? I could have been home crying, eating ice cream, eating cheese, and watching the Brokeback. The soap operas that fucking people watch. I don't know.
So the days of our lives.
Yeah, these are whatever fucking soap opera, like whatever people like these days. I could have done that, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going further. I'm going forward with this because that's what you got to do. And in dark times, that's what you got to do. You just got to keep going, no matter how hard it is, no matter how, as I mentioned, how many people are gonna punch you in the fucking face. You're gonna get up and you gotta fucking show them, because the moment that you step down, the moment that you tell yourself, I can't do this because something happened, and keep going. Now, if your girlfriend cheats on you, then that's
Well, that's a whole nother episode. Maybe that's episode 3 or 4. We'll see, guys.
Exactly.
But it's a great segue because you mentioned dark times, and
yes.
We wanted to discuss how we're each dealing with what we're living, and since the government is not helping us by extending our curfews and lockdowns, but at least I could go shopping as of the 8th. Whip the fucking do. I have a confession to make, and I've said it to you guys, and I'm going to say it here.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is always, it's a joke that I say, you guys would be bored without me. If I wasn't here, I would tell my friends and my family. And I'm always an upbeat person. I'm a positive person. I'm an upbeat person. I'm a happy person. Love being surrounded by people. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm finding this fucking really difficult. Really, really, really difficult. And especially the last 2 weeks, basically since curfew started. So I'm a very sociable person. So I'm always out and just seeing different people, just go have a coffee and go have a cigar with some buddies and just to talk and have that social interaction. Yeah. I'm having a hard time. I'll be honest with you. I really am. And there's no shame in admitting that. And I'm not suffering financially. I'm working, thankfully, thank the Lord. I have a great family. But despite that, imagine I'm still having a really hard time right now. And I'm honestly running out of ideas, guys. I'm really I'm not saying I'm not, by no means I'm not saying I'm suicidal or whatever. It's just I don't know, like I find myself so angry. Like if you'd give me Legault, I'd probably strangle him, because to me it's nonsensical.
Whoa. Hold on.
Security. Yeah.
Hold on. No, whoa. Strangle him. Fucking smack him over the fucking shoe.
Dario Vitale is going nuts. Read his comment.
Yeah, no. Dario.
Hold on, I want to make a comment. I don't know if I should do this right now, Claudio. I love you too, but no, actually, you know what?
Hold on. He says, Claudio, admit it. You love a bucket of Haagen-Dazs mixed with ricotta. You're a good guy.
Mink, you fucking Haagen-Dazs. Bro, I haven't had the last time I had Haagen-Dazs was with my second ex-girlfriend. She's like, babe, me, I want to go watch. I she didn't sound like that, but I want to go watch 50 Shades of Grey. I'm like, all right, fuck, we'll go. And then I got Haagen-Dazs. Well, she goes, why I have Haagen-Dazs? Difficult. I work from home 5 days a week, and I'm getting I know, Dario, it's nuts. And listening to that guy whose English is getting worse. By the way, Legault's English is getting really, really worse.
Yeah.
Like I thought my parents Italian parents who came here and they were in this province for 50 years. You think that their English or French is gonna get better. No, Legault's even Legault's French is getting worse. I'm like, bro, I don't know what crack you're smoking, a Valerie Pont. I don't know what fucking vibrator you're having, because every time he has that face, it's like oh god. And then you have Dr. Google Aruda, that fucking other Google genius that he calls himself a fucking bro. I have Google MD. I trust Google MD more than what Aruda comes out. And then there's that guy on the left that everybody rejects. Actually, that guy, he looks like Chamonix. So
he's the one that they just threw in.
He's you know what he is? He's just that guy in movies. Like, I had no idea there was a terrorist. I had no idea that there's an explosion there. I have no idea. Poverty. But
we started a hashtag. Cough on Legault.
Yeah, there we go. But by the way, did you all realize? And I'm sorry if I'm taking big portions of the show. No. Did you notice that Legault always looks constipated whenever he talks in English?
No, he looks constipated when he speaks French or English.
Bro,
Don't worry about
I'm
that.
like, listen, and then but by the way, those journalists, I gotta say,
Yeah.
I want to be a little blunt here. There's a reason why fucking Global cut, Bell Media cut CJD, and to be honest with you, I'm kind of proud, and at the same time, I'm not, because I'm sorry, fucking people, except for Maya Johnson. Maya Johnson, she's good. Everyone else was asking questions. So they'll go, "What's your like? How do you feel during this fucking lockdown?" It's like, I'm like. What? I'm like, is that fucking Jar Jar Binks's fucking and then he goes, "Oh, well, I feel." I'm like, you know what? Of course he's gonna say, I don't know, because this fucking idiot's causing a lockdown. What do you expect? You know what? Give me a fucking. You know what? I want to. If I was a province of the Premier of Quebec, I would be like, you know what, guys?
Province
COVID
of the Premier.
stocks. Yeah. COVID stocks are going up 25%. And guys, I got to keep you a lockdown until fucking end of February, probably March or April. But I'm gonna keep giving you EI, and I'm gonna fucking keep giving CERB, because that's all you motherfuckers want. And I'm gonna fucking keep doing that. So at least say that. At least say give it to us. Like, at least let us have every Quebecer pull down our pants and then say, guys, fucking Aruda. Actually, no, Aruda gets more in the ass than us. So guys, I'm putting on the glove. I'm gonna fist you guys in the fucking ass, because depression, fisting you in the fucking ass. Anxiety,
Guys,
fisting you in the ass.
You just got a free show. Didn't even have to pay for it for Claudio Capri comedy.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't want to pull up. No, but you know what? That's what everyone is. Since it's been almost a fucking year, and Logo's lubing. He's like, he's getting ready. How I'm gonna fuck with this. Listen, I'm all for the, not for, but I believe there's COVID out there. I absolutely believe. But how are we dealing with this?
Listen, it's, to me, it leads me to our next discussion where we wanted to. I mean, what we're worried about is the amount. Well, gyms being closed, so physical and mental health. When people cannot, a lot of people rely on going to the gym to let out their emotions and their physical and keep in shape mentally and physically. Not only that, the consumption of alcohol, guys. Yeah. I've never drank so much like I have since March of last year. I swear to God. Okay. So I mean, listen, we're not. Well, Madonna, Jesus Christ! There we go. Here's problem number one. He's a prime example of alcoholic. Okay. Yeah. So besides, honestly, gyms being closed, consumption of alcohol, cinemas being closed, entertainment being closed, comedies, everything being closed, everything that we love that makes us get through it. What are we doing? What could we possibly do to help us through this through these times?
Yeah, but Ange, you know what, Luigi, though, what I find really stupid, if he would have been smart and done this in April. It started in March, but if you would have done the full lockdown, curfew, everything closed in April, we wouldn't have this problem. Yep. By May, there would be 0 cases in 2 weeks, and this would be done. But what happened? I don't want to close the restaurants because people are going to get upset. I don't want to close the movie theaters because people are, you let it go. And what happens? You close it a bit at a time, and then people get smart. You're giving the time for people to find loopholes. And that's what we've been doing for the past year. Finding loopholes on how to hang out. We're all hanging out in the parking lot of Tim Hortons now. That's why he did the curfew, because he didn't want to see that anymore. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. You're totally right, Ange. You're totally right. And how many people are seeing people that we don't even know? How many people are getting together?
Exactly.
Do you think people are going to go a year without seeing each other? I mean, but I could talk about my circle of friends. I mean, I still see my family. I'm not gonna see my father. I'm like, go fuck yourself, please. Seeing friends. I haven't seen my friends, and when I say friends, the whole family. I mean, with the wives and the kids. Since this started,
my family, I'm good. I didn't see him for 3 years. I'm good.
No, but I'm not even talking about. I'm talking my real family. For me, my family. I see my sisters and my dad, but I'm saying seeing my family, my best friends that I've been friends since we were kids. with their wives and their kids and the kids playing together. We haven't done that. It's going to be a year. It's going to be a fucking year, man. We've lost a
Yeah.
year of our lives.
Yeah. Exactly. And you know what? And here's the thing. What
Hear a little bit of feedback.
Yeah, I'm hearing feedback. Who? God damn, which one of you people have feedback? This is why we need a fucking studio. Sorry. I just had my inside emotions. Wusa. This is the thing, okay? At the beginning, Louis' best friend Legault was saying, I'm not gonna have a curfew. Je vais pas avoir un further, well, however you say curfew in French, curfew. This is the thing. You know,
Couvre-feu.
there we go. Thank you. So, what happened was, he said that because he goes, "Oh, we're not gonna have a third world. We're not in a third world country. We're not gonna have a curfew. It's stupid. We're not in a war zone country. Now we're in here." So, what I meant. So then we're, there's all this. But let me tell you something, okay? That's why I admire the Swiss in one way. Why? Because everything was open and people were careful. And honestly, this lockdown. Now, look, again, I am pro-mask. I'm not an anti-masker. I'm not gonna go try lighting a car on fire and telling you, "Oh, don't wear a mask." Wear your masks. Protect yourselves. Yes, but to hold us in here almost a year. I mean, for example, guys, I'm turning 31 in March 29th. You know what I did for my 30th birthday? Absolutely nothing. So I hope the restaurants are going to open because I want to go eat that sushi. When I mean sushi, actual sushi. But here's the thing. The thing is, like, why? Because, the restaurant owners, and I've been watching Louis agree to disagree episode where you had with your friends who own the restaurants. They were saying, like, they were investing every single fucking dollar into making the place sanitary, and they were. I've been to a couple places when I've been doing stand-up comedy. I've been watching, they respected the procedures. They respected everything. Obviously, my offbeat only did it once because we're in a tight room, but we managed to do that still. But all restaurant, even like I work at a cinema, like we had to literally, spray everything after everyone's done the movie. Mind you, I sprayed everything even when people were inside, but at least they were clean. But point being is, like, how much money we're spending, people were spending, restaurant owners were spending, and entertainment was spending because they got full procedure. And then Legault's like, "Hey, bend over, I'm gonna fist you even more. I'm closing you guys down." It's depressing. And virtual stuff, like, I'll be honestly, besides podcasting, I don't like I tried doing virtual comedy. I'm like, I'm thinking of myself looking up how to tie a noose. That's like how close entertainment was, because this is not what everyone wants. And at the same time, we're all like, fuck, this is entertainment. Like, what? And then
unfortunately, we could, we're not going to change anything that's we could talk about this blue in the face, because for whatever reason he seems adamant of not opening restaurants and cafes.
But the health inspectors were saying this. The health inspectors, what the health inspectors told Legault? You don't have to close down restaurants. And then that fucking degenerate closed down the fucking restaurant.
I know, Claudio, but he admitted to that, and again he's doing red zones, no restaurants open. And I'm honestly, I'm tired. I don't have the energy to lose my shit anymore about it. I really don't, because nothing's. I can't comprehend his stubbornness. But what I want to know is what could we possibly? What are you guys doing to stay sane? What do you look for me? I'm trying to concentrate. I signed up my kids for skiing. I started skiing again. I try to have my cigars, even though myself here at home. What are you guys doing? What could we do to give some ideas? Or I'd love to hear what people are doing to besides us podcasting, obviously, because for me it's a therapy, and it's a contact to the outside world. But besides that, what are people doing? Ange, what are you doing besides podcasting? And
to be honest, Luigi, eating.
Yeah,
and I've been eating lunch, supper, dinner, midnight. I've been eating a lot during the pandemic. Why? Because there's nothing else to do.
I hear you.
I talk to my girlfriend, but it's mostly the podcasting. I work on my podcasting, the Instagram, stuff like that, for when everything opens, I'm gonna be ready. You understand?
Yeah.
Going for a walk, clear your mind a bit, get some fresh air.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
other than that, Luigi, like I said, when I heard that the curfew dropped, literally, and I'm not, listen, I am not, and I will never be, hopefully, suicidal.
Mhm.
But the first thought that, like a light switch,
Yeah.
the first thought that went through my mind was, I can't take this. I can't take this. Like, seriously, I'm not, I'm going to give up. I can't do this curfew thing because it's been a year. And now he found the very last thing that he could do. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So,
I listen. An old friend of mine, Ray Alfano, says, "Slowly losing my shit and becoming a non-contributing fuck. It's work and sleep and eat and try to exercise. It's hard, man. It's hard." Ray, Ray, thanks for watching and dropping by and putting in a
Mhm.
comment. You're not alone, and you're not alone. Ray, you're not alone. We're all in this. Well, we're all in this together. Besides stupid government putting these. Listen, I don't want to get into that. I really don't. I really don't. I just want to try to see and try to help to see how we're getting by with this. Claudio,
For-
what?
Yeah, for me, the hardest part is sleeping. The reason is because since every day is repetitive, every day we're doing the same thing. I find sleep, going to bed for me is the hardest part because I there's like no excitement for me to wake up in the morning. There's no excitement for me to tell myself, um, okay, so you got like except for Monday when I had to go to a studio. I'm like, all right, I'm looking forward to this. But that was later in the afternoon. But for me, like I'm like every morning I get up, I'm like, oh fuck. But podcast tonight, but fuck, I have nothing to look forward to. Repetitive and
Yeah,
repetitive.
like
and
everyone. I
repetitive.
don't know if everyone's seen the movie Groundhog's Day. That's I feel like we're all living Groundhog's Day.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Tom Sin says a great one. I keep having to remind myself that it's okay to not be as productive as I want to be right now. What a
He's
great
100%.
comment.
Yeah,
Great
100%.
comment, because you know what, Tom, listen, I'm a mortgage specialist, and there's literally days that I don't feel like doing anything.
Yeah.
And I've told this to Ange and Claudio. There's literally, and I have files I could show you up to
Yeah,
the
in the
fucking.
back, yes, files over there. So that's
Yeah,
where
there's this, and I just don't feel like there's a purpose.
Yeah.
And I got to keep reminding myself that things are going to get back to normal. And
Yeah.
Oh man.
Frank has a
Anyway,
question for me, actually.
what was that?
Joe
Joe
Fava,
from the ring has a
Yeah,
question.
Jofo said he heard that you got the. What's your opinion on the vaccine? Because he heard you got it because Ange works at the hospital.
So, guys, as you know, I work at the Glen Hospital, which is the Royal Victoria Hospital, and the Children's Hospital. I work in housekeeping, by the way. I didn't mention at the beginning, so now you know. I got the vaccine, guys, because as you know, the first people to get the vaccine was the people in the CHLD, which is like the old retirement homes. Anyways, they got the vaccine, and then the next people are the healthcare workers, which I am. So anyways, I got my vaccine, guys. Listen, the biggest symptom of the vaccine, guys, believe it or not, is fear. Okay? Because you're scared before you get it. So you go there, you open your shirt, you pull down. I'm saying it wrong here. Anyway,
you pull down your pants. You pull down your pants. God damn it.
Did you get in the
take
ass,
your,
bro?
your sleeve, they put it up. You get the shot right here. It's not in your vein. It's right over here, guys. Okay, so it's actually you don't feel it. You don't feel that the shot. It goes very quick. Okay, but you might not feel it right away. A couple days later, though, it's gonna be sore, guys. It's gonna be sore for up to 1 to 2 days later. It's gonna be sore. Now, what I wanted to tell you guys is that once you get the vaccine, you have to wait 15 minutes, right? You sit down, you wait 15 minutes. Because if you're going to get a reaction, which, by the way, people have gotten reactions, just to let you know. Some of them, not that bad. Some of them, very bad. Like I'm talking full out EpiPen. But anyways, listen. You wait 15 minutes. If everything's good, you continue with your day, okay? But during those 15 minutes, you're so worried. You start to feel things on your arm. Like you're just thinking about these things. You're thinking you got a third eyeball, a fourth leg. You know what I mean? So... But I'm going to tell you guys something. Just do it. Protect yourself, because guess what? You're going to need this vaccine to travel. maybe even to go to movie theaters. Who knows, guys? I'm hearing all kinds of things.
Yeah.
But people are gonna want you vaccinated. When you go on a movie set, if you guys are extras or whatever, or you want to be an actor like Tom Cruise, you need to be vaccinated. Trust me, because they don't want everybody to catch COVID, right? If you're not vaccinated, that's it.
Yeah.
So do it. It's safe. And let me, these rumors that things are gonna happen is like a 1 in 10 billion. You know what I mean? So guys, don't worry about it. It's gonna go good.
Also, people here also want to know, Ange,
yeah.
Do you have any mutations coming out of your body? Do you feel like your eyes are gonna have laser beams coming out of your ass? Do you feel like you're gonna grow an extra limb? That's what people here.
You always said you always said you wanted to start another podcast, the fourth one, so maybe you get another arm or another mouth or something.
Exactly. Do you think
I do a lot of stuff? I could be the producer of my show with another arm. You know what I mean? Like,
do you think the X-Men could be a true story one day? That's what I really want.
Guys. In all seriousness, though. Nothing. Your arm is sore, okay? But it's like
That's
every
normal.
vaccine.
Yeah.
When you get a vaccine, your arm is going to be sore, especially when you get it in this area. It's very sensitive.
Yeah.
But other than that, guys, do not worry about it. Seriously, just do it. And I'm waiting for the second dose. I don't know when that's going to be. It's a booster shot because when you get the first vaccine, you're about 50-something% covered. So that's my point, actually, okay? If you're telling me that the people in the CHLD and maybe half the people in the healthcare system that work in the healthcare system are vaccinated, half, because they only got one vaccine, how are you going to open things up? And that's why I said on my Instagram story, I'll see you in the third wave. Because the 65-year-olds that live at home are not vaccinated. People think that they're all vaccinated. They're not vaccinated. So everybody but the people that work in the hospital and the CHLD, that's it. There's still a lot of people that are not vaccinated.
Yeah.
So calme les pompons, le go, and that's it. You know what I mean? Guys, calm down. We're going to do this a bit at a time.
So Max Pitt says, Luigi, I feel you. I'm a collection officer. It's hard, man. Ray Alfano again has a great idea. I love this, guys. I'm going to read it out. Do something particular to you that is joyful every early AM. It helps set the tone for the day and give you a reason to get out of bed. I love that.
Oh, tomorrow I'm actually looking forward. I'll have to go pay my Videotron bill tomorrow. So I'm looking
I gotta pay a bill too tomorrow. So.
I gotta go to this is my mom's bill. I gotta go to the bank and fucking pay.
Could always count on my buddy Tony Cheech. I look forward to the weekend just to realize that after the weekend's over, I really didn't do much.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Jesus, it's too much. What else? Raul says this isn't the real Ange, guys. Ange actually exploded from the vaccine.
Hey, Raul, before we continue, no communist propagandas in this fucking podcast.
All right. Let's not air our dirty laundry on the air.
By the way, there's always feedback on this fucking thing, Ange.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay.
All right. So, guys, I don't know where I'm hearing the feedback, but anyway,
fucking feedback.
Yeah, I know. Let's wrap this up. Ange, where could we find your content online?
Guys, you could find my content on YouTube at the Ange TV show. So it's the space Ange space TV space show. Please watch one of my videos, like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for the support, guys. Seriously.
Awesome. Claudio?
So Dirty Four podcast, ladies and gentlemen, just type in the Dirty Four. If you didn't subscribe to it, go ahead. We have crazy episodes, especially February 14th. We're doing a Valentine's Day special. We're going to have an all-star people coming on and, talking about Valentine's. So, and also every Tuesday, we do it in French at 8 p.m. Sundays 8:30 and Saturdays at 2:30. And also there might be another thing added to the Dirty Four podcast. It's under works as well. And I could finally say this right now. Catch me on the Intellectual. I was there. It was an acting gig. It was an acting gig. Catch me there. It just aired. Myself, Pantelis, Poseidon, Guido Grasso. I may be back there. I don't know when. That's still under wraps. But what I could tell you is that Sunday I'll be on the Dirty Four. 8:30.
Well, look at this, guys. Listen, Ange, we're doing a podcast with a star now. He's working with the Pentelis.
Guys, that's big news. Congratulations, Claudio.
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations. The famous Ange clap. You deserved it. Guys, as for me, before I say, actually, it's not complicated. It's at Agree to Disagree Show on Facebook and YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, as per usual. Guys, on behalf of Claudio and Ange, I want to thank everybody that's watched, everyone that's oh my God, precipitated. Too much rum. Precipitated and with your comments and supported us. We had a lot of comments and support since we announced that we were going out, and we thank you so much for it. It means the world to us, and we promise we're only gonna get better, and it's gonna be interesting with different guests and different shows every 2 weeks. It's gonna be a bi-weekly podcast.
Yeah, every Wednesday 8 p.m. bi-weekly, and also tomorrow night catch Louis. He's gonna be interviewing
Sunday morning, actually.
Sunday morning. Look at you.
Sunday morning. I'm doing something different because I'm gonna have some great couple, Esther and Alfredo, direct from Sicily. So to accommodate them and the hour difference, I'm gonna do it Sunday morning here, and it's gonna be 4:00 there. So that's gonna be something exciting, something near and dear to me and my heart. So that's gonna be. I'm pretty excited about that one.
Perfect. So, folks, if you like tonight's episode, more things are coming. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends about us. And if you're suffering from mental health, talk to us, folks, because we're here for you. And we're gonna listen to you no matter what it is. We're gonna listen to you, and let's grow. Like, we scratch your backs, you scratch ours.
Absolutely, guys. Reach out. Don't be ashamed. Reach out. Exactly. Thank you, guys. It was a blast. Thank you so much, buddies. I had a blast. Thank you, everyone. Have a good one.
Episode 2 in 2 Wednesdays. Bye.